Imogen Lamport.
And I'm Jill Chivers.
And I'm Jane Kesey. And we are your 16 Style Types team. And this video, we're going to be talking about how you get from your style essence to what you're actually going to wear and feel great about day in and day out. And you know, I'm almost a test case for this because I know my personality, and Imogen and Jill over the years have helped me fill in so many things on what looks best on my shape and what my colors truly are, and all kinds of other helpful things that I, in my big picture thinking, hadn't really been aware of, and yet I still struggle somewhat to put all that together and go, yes, this is what I want to look like.
Right.
Yeah. I think one of the first things to do, one of the first steps between style essence and style expression is a style recipe or style statement. You can call it what you will. And I think of a style recipe like a recipe for a dish. It's the ingredients that go up to make it. So if you look at your INFJ personality, what are some of the words that you'd say, these are core to who I am?
And I think, you know, the uniqueness piece, that I just can't look like everybody else. The pieces have to have some personal meaning. I've identified that. There's certain pieces that definitely make me feel like I'm in somebody else's clothes, and I've had to work really hard at figuring out why.
Yes.
Jill showed me a jacket today, and I just looked at it going, no, and I couldn't quite put my finger on it.
And she didn't want to explore why it didn't work. It was just, no, that's the end of that conversation. I do not need to understand why.
Yeah. And so what's interesting here
It was good. It was good.
even just taking that uniqueness and personal meaning as part of your style recipe, then let's drill down on that and say, okay, well, what does unique mean to me? So for you, what does it mean? How would you see that? So if you were looking at a piece of clothing, what says unique to you?
You know, I have to know that when I get to a conference, there won't be 4 other women in every color of that same piece.
Right.
Yes.
And it's not because I can't be a copycat. It's that then I'd feel like I was just fitting in with them and we're nothing alike, and it doesn't make sense. And I know that's not true for everyone. There are other style types who say, yes, I've actually managed to wear the right things to the conference.
Yeah.
But so for you, it might be, I'm looking for a bit of asymmetry. I'm looking for maybe some unusual construction. I'm looking for some unique little twist on how it's put together. Now, it's not dramatic and it's not too out there and it's not slap me around the face with its uniqueness. But for you, there would be some elements there, wouldn't there, of that there's something about it that takes it away from being a classic.
Oh, definitely.
So this is where you could go, you can kind of start nutting out, what does each of these words mean to me? And when I'm seeing that in a physical form. And what does personal, you know, so like for example, your necklace that Jane's wearing has personal meaning. Can you just talk to us a little bit about this necklace?
Well, you know, it's actually made up of elements that we found in my father's things. So I have his class ring, the memorabilia from him being on high school sports team, and my great aunt's baby ring.
Right.
Yeah.
And, you know, I put it together with the help of a woman at a craft store who helped give me all the elements for it. I love wearing it, and I love when people say, that's unique. What is it?
Yeah.
So there's a great expression. So what we've taken is that style essence and we've turned it into a style expression, and you feel great in it, and that's what we want.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's part of, you know, I prefer to wear a plain shirt when I have this necklace on because I want to highlight this, where often a lot of my tops are not that plain. They've got unique elements of fabric or patterns, but when I'm wearing that, then then I want to make sure that that's what speaks, that I found that unique.
And at 16 Style Types, one of the ways that we've helped you to get in touch with style essence and move to style expression is through the super styles, the 2 middle letters of your type, and how different those 4 groups are from one another. And so when you start our process and you look at that from that high level, that gives you some really clear directions. It's almost like a compass in which direction that you might go. And then we drill down further and further on that. And the key that we've found is not confusing style essence and style expression. And we found this is where some women can get a little bit off track, is they think those 2 things mean exactly the same thing, or that if they have a certain personality, that their looks and what they should wear are predetermined as a result of that. And we have not found that to be true, and we do not believe that to be true.
There are women of every single style, or every type, psychological type, the world over. We all look look completely different.
Yes.
So you cannot possibly put physiology
Yeah.
with personality.
Yeah.
And even women of the same type are not going to wear the same clothes. And this is why the images in the report are some of the hardest things to come up with.
Yes.
Because it's not a, here are your set of things to wear.
Yes.
But what they are is a feeling. You know, like, let's look at how the overall feeling is. There might be something about the attitude of the
Yes.
person, or
Yeah.
there's something about that, you know, maybe there's a boldness or a softness, depending on which style report you've got. And that's really what those images are about. They're not a, here is a set of clothes that you should go out and buy. And we would never tell you that. And every woman of her own type will put her wardrobe together in the same way. And one of the other tools we give you with your style report is a style profile.
Yes.
And within that, we've got 16 key things to look at that are going to help you to go from style essence through to your style expression.
Yeah.
And this includes things like understanding your values and how your values heavily influence your style.
Yes.
You know, roles and responsibilities, what you actually do. Of course, things like body shape, like knowing my body rules, my colour rules, it gives me a freedom to not look at all the things that just, you know, that if I look back in a photo and I think, oh, I looked terrible in that, that, you know, like those are things, I don't want to necessarily do that. For some people, their body rules maybe don't care.
Yeah.
And that's one of their own values. And of course, so this is where discovering these things. So we've given you extra tools. And I think that's where this is going to really help you move you through your style journey and help you actually, because we've also got a style blueprint.
Yes.
And there's sets of ideas and activities and ways you can think and things you might find useful to do.
So, you know, so what stays constant is sort of the essence of what is meaningful, and it comes in the super styles.
Yes.
You know, Imogen talked about wanting the theory, the structure. She's got all of the intuitive thinkers, the NTs, have this style as a science. You know, show me that there's some expertise behind the rule that you're giving me.
Yeah.
You know, my whole column of intuition and feeling, I've got to be unique.
Yeah.
Drives, you know, everything that we do. Jill, there's an art to it. You know, it's really about that creativity and the beauty of bringing outfits together. And if we go, which is sensing and feeling, and if we go to the sensing and thinking, they're all looking for some sort of efficiency.
Yeah.
So efficiency, science, uniqueness, artisanry, those are 4 very different drives to get at our unique style paths.
And as much as it would be so simple if we had this magic bullet to say, find your style type, and then here is the clothing that you will wear to be that style type perfectly from now until the end of time, it just doesn't exist. And that, in a way, is incredibly liberating. It opens you into a landscape where you start with your style essence, your style type report, which gives you this sense of, it is great to be me. I am finally home, people. And from there, what a solid foundation to go on and find that style expression, which includes physical elements of your coloring and how you look, as well as other aspects of lifestyle and budget and culture and the region that you live in, and an endless array of other things. And when you discover that for yourself, then your style expression is built on something solid and it is unique to you, and it always, always works.
Yeah. So do let us know how you've moved from your style essence through to your style expression. We'd love to know what works for you. We're really keen to know. So, you know, leave a comment and let us know, because we're really fascinated to learn even more about how each style type approaches this aspect of their style journey.